Alright, wake up. Got it. Hey folks, today is Friday, May 26, 2017. As usual, it's me, Jake Baldino, here to talk about video game stuff that has been going on this weekend. It's been a pretty busy week. But first things first, let's get talking about all that Xbox, PS4 nonsense that we always hear about. Some new comments from the heads of Xbox make Scorpio sound even more interesting, and new things are coming to light. First things first, I don't think it would be like a month if we weren't talking about Xbox head Phil Spencer and things he's saying in tweets. This time around, he said, responding to a fan asking if games like Destiny 2 and Call of Duty will be better on Xbox Scorpio, he said, "I'm very confident from what we are seeing and hearing, Scorpio will be the very best console version of games this year." Now, that's some big talk right there. That's also very much marketing speak, but it's hard to bullshit that. But he could be completely full of shit. Time will tell. We'll have to actually see. The numbers don't lie once we actually get our hands on this thing. But more interestingly, VP of Xbox Mike Ibarra took to Twitter to say, "Developers are free to choose how they use the power of Project Scorpio for games. We have no requirements limiting frame rate or fidelity." That's kind of a bit of an upset and a little bit of a different message from what we've been hearing about the Scorpio so far. You know, there's still a lot of not concrete things floating around out there, but we thought originally that Scorpio was going to be somewhat similar to the PS4 Pro in the sense that it was going to have established guidelines set up to not alienate people who don't upgrade to the new thing. Like how PlayStation put out the PS4 Pro, but they don't want PS4 owners to be left in the dark. Scorpio seems to be a little up in the air, which while to a lot of people it seems like it could be an issue, it can also be more exciting because developers can just do whatever the hell they want and make it kind of like a wild, wild west. It worked out for Steam. I mean, it kind of did.
A wild, wild west?
A wild, wild west? Wiki wild, wild west?
Jim West, Desperado.
Now, we don't really dig too deep into the console war stuff, but it seems like the flames have been kind of heating up this week with that in conjunction with the Destiny 2 reveal, which we did talk about and cover last week, but with some Destiny folks at Activision saying,
when you said the flames are heating up, all I could think of was the fire rises.
The fire rises. The heat is on. Down the street. That's fucking awful.
Fuck you.
Game director Luke Smith confirmed that it will not run at 60 frames per second on the Pro. "I don't want people to continue to hope, and we're going to be matter of fact about this stuff. The PS4 Pro is super powerful, but it couldn't run our game at 60 FPS. Which is very interesting because they did say that Destiny is going to be somewhat 4K, but while the PS4 Pro can do that, it's still not powerful enough to push it fully with 60 FPS. So this happening all at once really does two things. First and foremost, it makes people think that the Xbox Scorpio is going to kick the piss out of the PS4 Pro, if that matters to you. But on the flip side, it's also leading people to believe that the PS4 Pro was a half step, and really that PS5 rumor that was floating around is going to be more and more likely because they're going to have to keep up with the Scorpio. I'm not going to put my opinion on that either way. I really have no idea, but I am insanely curious because it's such a weird time for consoles with these like half consoles and console upgrades. I can't wait to see what's going to happen next, and my eyes are going to be glued to E3. We'll be there, so we'll tell you all about it. But one of the things I think I've been most excited about this week is Far Cry 5. First, we got the reveal of the official box art of the game, and today we got a full cinematic trailer and some character vignette trailers, and it's very interesting. I think details will still be trickling out as we go along, but basically the setting is Montana. You're fighting this crazy religious cult. It looks like this whole town in Montana has been taken over by them, and for some reason in the press release it does say that you are cut off from the outside world. I'm not sure exactly how, but you go into town as the new deputy sheriff or junior sheriff or something, and interestingly enough you can actually create your character like skin color and gender and stuff like that, which is very different for a Far Cry game, but it's cool if there is some customization. I'm totally down with it. And you fight these guys. You can hire wolves to help sneak around with you and bite their feet.
You can hire bears too.
Yeah, apparently you can hire bears. How do you hire? It actually said you can hire animals. What do you like? Cut them a check?
Like, hello bear, I have honey. Would you like to? Would you like to fight?
Would you like to fight for me? Interestingly enough, too, there's going to be aerial combat, like with crop dusters and old World War II planes and stuff like that. It looks like it's going to be pretty crazy. One thing that intrigued me about the trailer was that it didn't highlight the villain. Far Cry's usually have the big villain that they like to highlight and focus on, and here we didn't get a full glimpse of him. But what we did get was a really good look at the world, and it's very interesting taking place in America because it looks very real in certain parts. Like, they showed a house, they showed a corner store. It all looked pretty damn convincing and kind of weird. My biggest question for Far Cry isn't the setting or the characters or the villains or any controversy that may be associated with it. My thing is really just how are they going to shake up the gameplay? How are they going to shake up that core gameplay that some people have gotten sick of? Some people haven't, but I wonder how they're really going to change things up in terms of how we actually play it.
So instead of climbing normal towers, climb water towers.
Yeah. Probably. Everybody definitely has a different opinion on Far Cry 5, so I am curious to hear what you guys think. But what we do have to talk about next is Rockstar and Take-Two has announced that they have delayed Red Dead Redemption 2 to 2018. Spring 2018 to be specific, and that surprises, honestly, no one? Are you surprised? We saw it coming. And you know what? We mostly always say this, good. Let it be delayed, let it be a quality game, let them take their time on it. That seems to be the object here, and cool, good. I have nothing else more to say. Other than that, we did get some cool screenshots. If you didn't see them, check them out. They show a lot of detail, really. It's a really detailed looking game. That's all we got.
See some fucking horses.
So horses confirmed, once again. And in some interesting smaller news you may have missed in an interview during a game event in Europe, the creator of Shadow of the Colossus and Ico and The Last Guardian, Ueda, was speaking on record about his next game. He didn't really go into details too much, but he was hinting that maybe he'd like to go back to a more open, larger world design, like an overworld similar to Shadow of Colossus. He said after making a contained game, he wants to make a more open one, and that's pretty interesting. The interview does have some bits in it. If you are a fan of the game, you may want to read. Like everything I talk about, we linked it down in the description below.
Between that, new Seaman, like, man, what a good fucking week for video game news.
We didn't even talk about that. Okay, so a new Seaman game is confirmed. That's all we really have. Here's some tweets. Seaman is good. And since every week we like to highlight dumb things involving the world of video games, check out Hugh Jackman from a car freaking out about people dressed up and playing Mario Kart on the street, basically.
Yeah, they're off. Go Mario, go Luigi. Go. Go, 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 go.
I have a lot of questions about what is actually going on there, but I think the biggest thing is that Hugh Jackman seems like he's actually a fan. He was calling out the characters and everything, and that's pretty cool. He's not Wolverine anymore. Maybe he'll star in the dark and gritty reboot of Mario and Luigi.
Think he'll be the new Bowser?
He could be Bowser, definitely. A singing Bowser. That's what I want to see. But what did drop and completely surprised me, because it's coming out this summer, is the trailer for the Castlevania Netflix series, which, surprise, it's actually anime, and it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. I don't know. I'm still nervous, but you have a lot of cool imagery here. It looks creepy. It looks very almost 80s. You see Alucard, I think, rising from a coffin, and it looks super cool. And like anything video game, movie, and TV show related, I'm cautiously optimistic, but if Netflix nails this one, I'll feel a little bit about the Witcher series. But what we also have to acknowledge real quick is that Tom Holland is now confirmed to be playing a young Nathan Drake. He will be playing this young Nathan Drake in an Uncharted movie, this Uncharted movie that they've been working on forever now. Honestly, I don't have high hopes for it. I don't even really think it matters. I don't think they can pull it off, but he's a good choice, I guess, if you can't get actually Nolan North and just the video game character. Honestly, I can make a whole video about this. I don't know. Let's move on. It's not the biggest news.
There's no point, because they've already made an Uncharted movie. It's called The Mummy.
You're damn right. You're goddamn right. But for some more E3 news, in a conference call, Take-Two was speaking about how they would soon reveal the next game in one of their biggest franchises. And this immediately kind of blew up because Take-Two has a lot of really big and good franchises, but it seems like the top two that people are thinking it's going to be is either the official reveal of what we know exists, the Borderlands 3, or a new BioShock game, which I'm actually leaning towards a BioShock game because I saw their official Facebook page running a contest to bring BioShock fans to E3. That's not really a big thing to go on, but it just seems kind of interesting, especially with the fact that last year they did release the BioShock collection, kind of in a way positioning itself for a new release, acclimating and getting new fans. That's like what they do. I don't know, because we know that a Borderlands 3 is a thing, and they showed off that tech demo at GDC, but if that's just a tech demo, that could still be a ways off.
Really far ways off.
I don't know. Who knows? But let's get back into some Nintendo news. There was that rumor that there was a Super Mario crossover with Ubisoft's Rabbids is actually going to be a thing. It's Mario versus what the fuck is this stupid game called? Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, and apparently word on the street is that it is going to be a turn-based RPG in the style of kind of like a kid-light-friendly version of XCOM with like silly guns. And judging from the box art, that definitely seems to be a thing. First of all, like, this box art is messed up. That Peach that is a rabbit taking a selfie, I don't know, it's disgusting. But I really like Luigi over here doing some sick parkour moves over the wall. It's interesting from a perspective that Nintendo is collaborating big time with Ubisoft, and they're probably going to push this pretty hard. But I can't get past Rabbids. I mean, the games at first were okay, but they just remind me of Minions. I don't know. Also, real quick, in the last few years, I feel like it's been harder and harder to get excited about Kickstarter games because there is so many. But check this one out, Blasphemous. This is really cool. It's like a Dark Souls inspired, basically a 2D Dark Souls game, and it looks sick. The art is really cool. The creature designs look actually pretty terrifying, and it looks challenging. I'm into it. Full disclosure, I haven't backed it yet, but I probably will. I'm pretty interested. And recently there's been a lot of games trying to do that concept, but Blasphemous art style just really kind of like jives with me. I don't know. But you know what we gotta do next? That giveaway we do every single week. You know how it works? There's a link below, you click it, you sign up, you enter once, and then you're entered for good. And then every single week I go in, randomly choose one winner to win a free console of their choice. And this week's fat, lucky winner, they're not fat. I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be this person right here. Congratulations, be sure to keep an eye on your spam box. I'll be getting in touch with you soon to figure out how I can send you your console. But it's been an interesting week, so I definitely want to hear what you guys have been into news-wise lately, because a lot's going on. Far Cry 5, how do you feel about it? Mario mixing with Ubisoft's Rabbids, is that weird? Does that bother you? Would you like to see another Shadow of the Colossus style game? And how do you feel about this new Scorpio detail stuff with developers running wild? Do you think they're going to just quickly abandon the Xbox One? Let's talk about any of this stuff down in the comments. I'll be there with you guys chatting it up, but I'll also be on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram as well if you want to send me hate mail. And check out my channel, youtube.com/BecauseVideoGames. I just posted a video on Injustice 2. I love it a lot. But also, Friday the 13th is releasing, and I want to hear how you guys feel about it, because it's weird. I like it, but I have some problems with it. But anyway, thank you guys so much for coming around every Friday. We really appreciate it. If you are in the United States, I hope you have a good 3-day weekend, hopefully. You know, clicking that like button helps us out a ton, and we really appreciate it here. But if you're new, subscribing is good, because we put out stuff every single day. But as always, I'm Jake Baldino. Thanks for watching, and I will see you cats next time. Pizza is on me. Why did I say it like a drunk asshole?